So hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm currently here at the Volkswagen Mandaluyong branch here, and as well, new update for this dealership. All of the Volkswagen service will be done here. I couldn't pass the opportunity showing Sir Dene Colcado again, one of the OGs of my channel back in Volkswagen Quezon Avenue.
Good afternoon. Please visit us here at AC Motor Service Center if you want to see our Volkswagen and have a test drive. We are just located near Unilab and beside Rockwell Business Center.
You know who to look for in this review, so this is contact details right here down below. So again, I'd like to thank them and Volkswagen Mandaluyong for making this test drive review possible. So what I have here today is the 2023 Volkswagen T-Cross. Well, this is more of a 2022 update, but it's already been carried over to 2023. So this is so far Volkswagen's newest SUV that you can get. So hopefully there will be more additions to the lineup very soon. I did already a 2021 review of this. Link of that will be in the description down below. So check that out as well, because this is already like a part 2. Most of it's the same, but we'll get to the major differences later on, because everything in the exterior is exactly the same. So you still have the classy look of the Volkswagen fascia with a lot of chrome here, especially on the grille. I do love the very large badge here up front. The ground clearance is still the same, 185 millimeters. It is still on par with its competition. It's been almost 2 years since I've driven the Volkswagen T-Cross. So far, it still has one of the longest wheelbases on its class. So here's an update. So another update for 2022/2023, that this is the only remaining variant, this SE model. The former base model, the S, has sadly already been killed. Also, check out again in my first review of this, I did a walk around tour of that as well. So this particular Volkswagen T-Cross is also made in China. So we don't get the facelifted look, the ones in Europe. So I really wish those come here in the future for probably a facelift. I do prefer this, the long headlight look, compared with the ones you get in Europe. So on the side profile, it's still the same, a lot of cladding here, and this part at front, there is still that chrome trim here with a fake vent, but at least everything still remains the same along with your alloy wheels. And there's a lot of chrome on the side profile, like on the door handles and on the window sills and on the roof rails. So here now at the rear of the Volkswagen T-Cross, another favorite part of this gloss black part out of the tailgate, but sadly this one does not function. It's only there for reflection, but still you get LED brake lights all around. And another thing I don't like with this T-Cross, yeah, these are fake vents, but at least it makes up for it for this silver and black skid plate. And you have a T-Cross badge here as well, and the updated VW badge here too. So open this boot up. Still does not have an electronic tailgate, but some of its competition don't have it anyway, so I'm cool with it. Pretty heavy as well, but makes up for VW's quality. They tend to be known for that. So this is the boot space of the T-Cross. Not the largest in its class, but just somewhere smack there in the middle. So with all of the seats up, you have a total of 392 liters. The load lip is quite high. It's like half of my bag. But as you can see, getting stuff in and out from the floor won't be an issue, because the floor starts really low anyways. But from the bumper to the load lip, the gap is quite far. So around 8 to 9 inches. But still, the boot is pretty wide. You can literally fit a full-size umbrella with ease. Not much toys here, just grocery hooks all around. And on the right side only, you can see here, there is a halogen light illuminating this part. So you have a very thick tonneau cover too. You can easily get this in and out with ease. And then finally, with all of the seats down, you have a total of 1,319 liters of space. So I have the price list here of Volkswagen Mandaluyong. Shout out to them again. So this is another big update with this Volkswagen T-Cross. So the price of this loan variant now, the SE, costs now 1,340,000 pesos. So I have here my original script. This is the same script from last year. My updated price list like 6 months ago with the reviews like Kyle Young. So this before was 1,250,000 pesos. Yeah, so that's like 90,000 peso price increase. So what is the big upgrade with this 2023 model? That I will show you right now in the interior. So here now in the interior of the VW T-Cross, then I remembered from the outside, there's a little Easter egg of the Volkswagen logo here on the door. So check the door. Whew. Same thoughts from last year. It's really good. Better than most of the Volkswagens that I tried out. This is the biggest update of this Volkswagen T-Cross, is this AID system. Everything now is gizmo high-tech. I do like this instrument cluster of the T-Cross. So same usual here with your 9-inch infotainment system. Doesn't show Android Auto here though, but at least there's Apple CarPlay. Then my favorite cue with this Volkswagen T-Cross is the body colored accents here in the interior. So here on the door handle, I didn't even know if lastly there was a light here on the door handle, and there's like little dots of gloss black here. I don't mind that because you're not gonna touch that anyways. Above here on the dashboard, yeah, plastic here, but I don't even remember this from my first review too. There's a little cubby space there on the dashboard, perfect fit for my phone, and I guess for a vlogging camera too, but I won't advise doing that. Going back to the infotainment system, the reverse camera quality is pretty much the same, but I noticed if you put it back into park, the camera will take a while to turn off. But it must be a safety measure only, but hey, at least it works. So the steering wheel and everything else in here is pretty much the same. And another highlight for me with this T-Cross are these very sussy seats. It's mixed with fabric and then white leather. For me, the most boring color choice of the T-Cross will be the gray color, because these are no longer white and you cannot notice the accents in here anymore. Like I said in my part 1 review, the Mr. Purple and this red one are my top 2 choices if I wanted the T-Cross. The orange flare one color, I forgot the official name, it's also with that color, but it looks alright. Looks like a Ford Ranger wild truck, the color, the Lux yellow. Here in the steering wheel, pretty much the same like before, urethane, but nice to the touch as well. But okay, there's little squidge in it, but it's alright. Better than, again, most of the Volkswagens that I tried out. Here on the left side, you have your cruise control functions, and on the right side, you have your phone connectivity and your voice commands for the infotainment system. And then here in the door card, you have a lot of plastic here, soft pads for your elbows at least. You have your window switches here. I like it's still all white, but although in the long term, I hope this does not get dirty. But this one's been used for what, 5,000 kilometers already, almost 6,000. I don't see any dirt in here whatsoever, so good job, Volkswagen. Like every other Volkswagen, here on the left side of the dashboard, you have your light controls with your headlight adjustments. Then below the infotainment system, you have 2 air conditioning vents and your climate control functions just down below. Thank God they're still physical. And then, despite being the SE top of the line model, yeah, there's a lot of blanks. One functioning button, which is your auto start stop function. Being honest, I won't even use that. But thank God, like in my part 1 review, the auto start stop function very much improved compared to the previous cars of Volkswagen, like the La Vida and La Mando. Below the controls, you have your engine start stop button, a 12-volt socket, a USB-C port, a USB port, and a cubby space with the light. Fits 1.5 phones. And the gear lever, there's gloss black on top of it, but I'm getting used to it. And I like there's not much gloss black around it itself. It's just continuous the red accents here. Then here in the center console, you have a cubby space. It kind of fits my phone, but I won't advise it, but it's best to put your key there instead. Then you have 2 cup holders. My big water jug does not fit in the front, but it fits in the back. Oh yeah, speaking of, here in the door card, so you have 2 cubby spaces and bottle holders on each side. Perfectly fits my big water jug. Literally forgot this too with my part 1 review of this T-Cross. You still have a manual handbrake. I thought the 2022/2023 model will have an electronic parking brake, but no, it's still a manual, which I do not mind at all. And then further behind the cup holders, another cubby space there, kind of fits my phone, but it's a useless position to put it there. And then center console box, still continues the white leather here. Open it up. Yeah, it's pretty small. You can literally just fit a phone in there. Then I like this acts as a central armrest because this one locks in place. Yeah, see? That's cool. Let me put this there. You go. Then above here, you have your light controls and controls for the panoramic sunroof. Then sun visor, you have a vanity mirror with light, LED again. Don't extend, sadly, but it's fine. And then glove box, okay, that's pretty small. And then yeah, that's pretty much it here with the updated T-Cross. Exactly the same, but why not show you the rear seats again. So these are the rear seats of the Volkswagen T-Cross. Solid, just as good as the ones in front. The space here is still excellent. Knee room, feet room, and then headroom
among the best out there. Despite again this panoramic sunroof, I have no issues with my headroom. I'm 5'4" by the way, but I think taller people won't have an issue here because there's a slope here on the roof, so it does compensate despite having the panoramic sunroof. So I just discovered this drawback now with this T-Cross. You have a panoramic sunroof, that's alright. There is no light here in the middle, so I literally just put my phone here above in the panoramic sunroof to give better lighting. And yeah, it's pretty much basic in here. Another drawback, like before, there is no central armrest. The leather mixed with fabric seats here is still very, cushiony, if that's a word. It's so soft and so pleasant to sit here in the back. Here in the doors, pretty much the same with the cubby spaces and cup holders. Fits my water jug again perfectly. And then what else? If I sit here in the middle, okay, another rare case in some of my car reviews that I don't tend to sit in the middle because the back is much stiffer, but not with this T-Cross. It is much softer compared to the left and right side of the seat. And unlike the left and right side of the seat, this entire thing is leather. Here in the middle, you have 2 air conditioning vents, 1 USB port, 1 USB-C port, and I just realized it got cold really, really fast. I literally forgot all about this. And then you have 2 pockets on each side, and then, oh yeah, back in the middle, transmission tunnel is not that wide. And the floor is really low, so you can literally put your feet up. It won't make a difference whatsoever. And yeah, despite the transmission tunnel, I see excellent thigh support and somewhat lumbar support for this T-Cross. Yeah, this is the biggest advantage of this T-Cross. Being still the longest wheelbase in its class, the space here is pretty much excellent. So if you're looking for a practical side of crossovers, you know me, I tend to lean more on the sportier side of things. Yeah, if you just want comfort and the space, this is the crossover you should go for. So as well, like before, powering this thing, it's a 1.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine that produces 113 horsepower and 145 Newton meters of torque. And this one is mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission, aka Tiptronic function. So apologies for my part 1 review that I said it was a DCT. That's only available for European markets. Yeah, so I got a little bit excited from last year because, if not mistaken, I was only the 2nd ever person to review the T-Cross last year after Auto Deal. I mean, it's so good to be back in the T-Cross, to be honest, because I kinda lack seat time with this because some of the crossovers I've driven for a long time, but now, oh yeah, I just remembered, I just only drove this around in Landers, and now we're here in Volkswagen Mandaluyong. Let's floor it and go for a drive. Well, this is embarrassing. I was about to drive this thing. I was looking for my phone for 5 minutes. I forgot it was there. A few more things I noticed with the T-Cross, just waiting for my papers for the test drive. So there's actually ambient lighting for your feet here in the pedals. That applies as well for the right front passenger seat. And going back to the engine, I noticed now there's a lot of space. So I assume that's to accommodate the 1.4 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. So Volkswagen Philippines, please bring that in because that's probably one step closer for me to get one of these. So yeah, let's go for a drive. So good to be back in a T-Cross, and like before, then telescopic. I will turn the auto start stop off because I don't want anything in my way. So right, can't wait to drive this a little bit longer now. This T-Cross, of course, like in many reviews already, this won't be the fastest thing out there, but to this day, I know I've driven a lot of crossovers now in this class. This is still one of the most damn comfortable one. I mean, already a rough patch of road and handles bumps, and I assume humps really, really well. It's so comfortable. I mean, you can feel the bounce here and there, but it's not as much as, like, for example, the Big Daddy, the Kool-Aid. It had a really, really stiff suspension. Not sports car stiff, but most of the crossovers I've driven tend to be more on the sportier side of things. This one is dead set on comfort. The pickup of it is actually really good. Yeah, this is what I like also with this Tiptronic transmission. It's just a regular automatic transmission, but does the job really well. This T-Cross is perfect for daily use. I was already sport mode, manual mode, it will automatically upshift. But that tends to be the better side of things for me. As you all know me, I floor things a lot. So here, just in drive mode, there's no driving modes, but it's just here in the gear lever. Just suddenly floor it. Okay, in drive mode, there's tend to be a little bit of a delay. But then again, for daily use, like here around in the city, it's not too bad at all. And the visibility, yeah, as you can see in the back, the BBC, the C pillar is kind of big, but it's not too bad, I guess, since you have very, very large windows. And then here, sport mode, same speed, just floor it. Okay, that picks up a little bit better. Wow. Okay. The performance is decent, although I do agree with some of the reviews out there. If you're planning to take this on the highway, it will tend to scream a lot. However, the other advantage with this T-Cross, this is a 6-speed automatic transmission. It will tend to get a little bit quieter in the cabin on higher speeds, like 100 kilometers plus per hour. And here, back at the bumpy road. Oh yeah, soaks them up pretty well. Even the insulation is excellent. Not much tire noise. And around in the suspension, there's some crossovers I tried out where it goes over bumps like this one. You can hear the suspension jittering about, not in this T-Cross. I gotta say, this T-Cross is pretty much one of the most underrated crossovers at the moment. Yes, right now everything's going up in the price. Everything's crazy at the moment, but for this T-Cross, it's still a solid choice for me. And then D mode, just flirted a little bit. Okay, it's very smooth on the delivery. And you get the high speeds. Actually, it was already too quick, but you get high speeds. Yeah, eventually, it's not too slow. I do not believe the official 0 to 100 km per hour time given by Volkswagen Philippines. It's 13.3 seconds. But there are actually some reviews that who can actually do it in 10.8 to 11 seconds. That's pretty decent enough. Then yeah, for the sake of it, let's try the start-stop. If you all know me already, I'm not a fan of this auto start-stop function. But like I said earlier, the auto start-stop function improved massively compared to the previous Volkswagen models. And yeah, here, look, smoother road. Look how quiet the cabin is. I had a hard time matching this in the La Vida and the Lamando. There, it's off. Simple as that. And then okay, it's very smooth, the transition when it's off and then the engine starts again. But I'm gonna turn that off again. And then here over humps, I've driven a few crossovers here too. That's freaking smooth. Now, for the price point, yes, 1,350,000 pesos. I would still highly consider this because, yet again, these are pretty underrated. And it's a Volkswagen. You have the, I must say, the heritage of a Volkswagen. It is really, really good. And these are well known already. Few nitpicks here and there. I just wish there were more updates with this T-Cross. I mean, I love the AID system in the instrument cluster. Infotainment system, I just wish there was Android Auto, but you all know the history between China and Google. That's why there's no Android Auto in this thing yet. So if you got Apple, it's fine, I guess. Then here, much rougher parts of road. Okay, you can hear the suspension a bit, but it's not too bad. Because some crossovers you can just literally hear the suspension going tick tick tick. This one does not do it that much. Body lean there is, but it's fine. It's not the sportiest one in its class. Yeah, this is decent. The performance, I love it. So, oh yeah, let's check the fuel economy. I almost forgot. So I'm so glad now that I got to drive this way longer than before. It's a bit of high-speed driving, city driving compared to the one last year. This one's still a pretty good shout. And apologies to my first review, the fuel economy I gave was incorrect because it was the first test drive of that day. And it wasn't a fair fuel economy. So with my driving, total average, I did it slow pace and then fast pace. I managed to do 7 kilometers per liter. Okay, pretty on par for this class N type of engine. Start one more time. This is just in drive mode. much smoother progression compared to sport mode. Sport mode will just scream all the way. You know what, for once, I'd actually leave it in D and then just use the sport mode in the gear lever for overtaking. Yeah, I would buy one yet again over the competition because of its comfort. And you get a German branded crossover. So that concludes my review of this Volkswagen T-Cross, the all-new updated one. I'd like to thank Volkswagen Mandaluyong, Sir Dene Colcado for making this test drive review possible. His contact details and the address of Volkswagen Mandaluyong will be in the description down below. So, hope you guys can subscribe, and I will see you with more future car reviews and more Volkswagen reviews coming right up. Bye-bye.